again. Hello again. Welcome back to West Ham Network, Wednesday evening in the UK, 10:30 and 8:30 in the morning for that fella to my left. Hello, Kieran. How are you, mate?
Good, brother. Good. Nice, quiet week. And a warmish week, mate. Beautiful.
Nice.
Really
well, as you've led into it beautifully, let's have a weather report, son. Let's see what we're doing.
Mate. Well, today in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, we're going to hit 30 degrees today, mate. Quite warm.
Lovely.
Had a few showers overnight, and now the humidity's building up a little. But it's just a nice temperature, 30.
Yeah.
So it's lovely.
Yeah. Nice. And any sharks this week?
No, mate. No, I did check. Hoping.
No sharks.
Not that I really, to be honest, I don't really want surfers to be bitten.
No,
but no, there's none, mate. We've had 3 shark attacks from the beginning of this year in these few months, and none of them been fatal. So happy days.
That's always good news. All right, well, look, let's have a look. See in the chat, see who's in here. Simon Matthews. Good evening, sir.
Hey, Simon.
G'day, gents. Massive Melbourne Hammers tuning in, trying to get in the chat.
Yeah, Melbourne, Simon. I just while he's there, I just saw the news that one of the gold mines in Victoria down Simon's Way collapsed overnight, and they've got a guy. They rescued a few, but they've got a guy trapped down there, about 500 meters underground, I think he is.
Wow.
So they're working to get him out. So fingers crossed, they get him out and he's all right.
500 meters.
Something like that, yeah.
That's like fucking half a mile or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. How deep? Yeah, I was shocked at the depth they're down there, mate.
Mile, is it? It's about
half a kilometre.
It's probably more. Yeah, it's probably more like nearly like.
I'm pretty sure they said 500 metres. Simon might correct me, but I'm sure they said that.
That's a lot, mate. That's a lot.
Deep, isn't it?
It's fucking deep, yeah. I wouldn't want to be going that deep, mate. Not even in a train.
No, I wouldn't be down there, mate. I've been down there, mate.
Gee, fucking dodgy. Melbourne weather report. Cool 18 to 21 degrees today. No animal attacks, but the Human League are playing here.
Really?
Brilliant.
Simon, the Human League of it.
Love the Human League.
Yeah, I did, mate. I was a big fan. Wow.
Yeah, mate.
They're fucking old. Gee, they've got to be in that same age as us, bud, in the 60s.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Fair play to you. Yeah, definitely. They got to be our age, mate. Feeling fascination. Anyway, I'm not singing anymore. Fuck that. That's just craziness. Maltese, good evening to you, sir. You can just imagine Moyes singing the Human League song, Don't You Want Me?
Hello, Maltese.
West Ham. Love it. Mark, good evening to you, sir. Or Sam Moyes, the Lebanon Maltese. Sam Moyes to Lebanon. That's another great song of the 80s, apparently. Yeah, I don't remember that one. Oh, maybe I do. Anyway, it's not important. Right, Simon, if Moyes don't win versus the Germans tonight, that will be the sound of the crowd playing, and it would be good. Yeah. If Moyes don't, we've heard that. We had them twice. Brendan, hello, mate. Can I join in, Simon? He will feel like he is being boiled. Very true, Simon. Malta, right, Mark. Good evening, Budgie. Good day, Kieran. This is my favourite podcast of the week.
Easily please, Mark. Easily please, mate.
Easily please. That's it, son. Yeah, and well, you never know. Sometimes we get little stories out of Kieran, and they can brighten up your day. We'll see how he's feeling later. Seraph is in the house. Evening, guys. Both well. I'm very well. Kieran seems to do very well. Stewie, good evening to you. Disabled team. Kieran and Buzzy.
Hey, Stewie.
Thank you, brother Stuart. Nice to see you, bud. Usual. Good evening to you, sir.
Evening from Mr. Usual.
William Young. Good evening, William. Thank you for joining us. And here she is. Sunshine of every day. Happy Amaret. Going Emma effing noise.
Hey, Judge.
Joyce to saying to fuck my brain up.
All right.
Everyone's saying hello. Right, what do we reckon about tomorrow night's big game then? We'll get to that in a minute. Let's get through some of this chat quickly. Saying hello to everybody. Good evening, Mark. Thank you for joining. We need to plot 4-4-2 and go for it.
Ooh. Be nice, William, but it won't be happening. But there you go.
Yeah. George, good evening to you, sir. Or good morning. Good, no, it's good evening because he's saying it.
Yeah.
Nice of you to join us, sir. And we have, oh my God, I can't even read that. I'm going to call you Aquam.
Sinsal. Almost, maybe.
I haven't got my goggles
what do we
on.
call him, AKA?
No, call him
Aquam.
Aquam.
There you go.
Thank
I'm
you.
in Brisbane.
Thank you.
Aquam.
Where
Queensland.
is Kieran? He's in Queensland, Australia, fella.
Yeah.
That's where he is. Been there for 30-something years. Is that right, Kieran?
Yeah.
30-something years.
On and off.
And the police still can't find him. Anyway. Moyes had a strange point to prove with his comment after. If you want to be on the big stage, now is the time to act.
Oh yes, very theatrical.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. It's true. If we want to, try and get into Europe 3 years and try, this is where you stand up, and I don't see why they shouldn't.
Yeah. Who's Simon? I don't know who Simon is. Apparently, that could be me. Is my audio shit? You let me know. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you.
Yeah? Cool.
Yeah, no problem.
Just going to go past that one then. Other people saying hi to each other. 100% by does Moyes have the balls to go for it?
No, William, he doesn't. That's about that.
No.
I doubt it.
Mark, Phil Oakley has lost his hair on the other side of his head. He had like his head shaved on one side, didn't he, when he was a young man?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a thing then, wasn't it? All the hair. I had that done myself, Budge. I had it shaved on one side of the head and down the other. Yeah, at that time, that was about 1978. It did look strange to people, especially when I had 4 earrings in, which was quite shocking at the time. But there you go. People, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Imagine that now, Budge. When I had 4 earrings on, people looked at me in aghast, going, wow, What the fuck's going on with that lunatic? Now, geez, they've got 4 earrings in their nose.
Yeah. Mark saw the Human League at the Cliffs Pavilion in Southend a couple of years back. Southend.
Well, and they're here now, boys.
What's that? Ballarat. Victoria, mine.
Oh,
right, okay.
Didn't make it.
3 kilometres underground.
3K underground.
Yeah, he died, and another one is fighting for his life.
Yeah, I know they dragged out a 21-year-old guy that they airlifted him to hospital, but obviously the other guy, the last report I see, they were trying to get him out, but obviously he didn't make it. But
yeah,
shit, there'll be shit over that, mate. There'll be a lot of shit over that.
Not good. What else we got? Neil Fitzpatrick, evening from breezy, dark Northumberland. Thank you for joining us, Neil.
Good day, Neil.
Nice to see you. Ready to see Phillips play for England?
Fucking hell, man. If he got a game for England now, my word, anyone can have a game. Anyone's up for it, mate. Who would know with that lunacy?
Long time no see, Budgie Smuggler. And hey, FF. Yes, I will see you tomorrow night. And I've messaged your dad as well, and I'm going to be seeing him in the Carpenters as well. So, yes, I will see you tomorrow at HH. Being Irish, I would love to see Felix play.
Good point, Neil.
Of course you would, son. Of course you would. Can Moyes set the team up to win by 2 goals? Not overly confident.
Well, let's touch on that, Budge, because you look at the end of the day, right? The Freiburg game, bad result, right? And typical Moyes set up to me too defensively. But even with that, we had 4 or 5 chances to score, and we didn't take them. Their keeper pulled off a cracking save from Bowen, fingertip save around the corner. I thought Mavropanos should have headed that ball in, not against the post. We could have scored. If we were clinical, we walk away with there probably with a win at the worst to draw. But we weren't. And they had a chance and took it. Had a couple of late efforts. But really, we could have won that game like that. So Moyes, knowing Moyes the way we do, oh, my God. He'll look at that and go, no, all we got to do in this game is to be clinical and take our chances, we'll win. Yeah. And really, there's no reason why we shouldn't. Do you know what scares me about it? I was still confident. All right, we lost 1-0 over there. I was still confident after that game. Mate, we can take them back to the London Stadium, stick 3 past them. I don't see a problem with that. What scares me about it, though, right, was the Burnley game. The first half of that Burnley game, I've never seen anything so fucking dross in all my life. His setup was so bad. To start with Ward-Prowse there and then switch him up about 15 minutes and threw him out on the wing where he was just completely lost.
He was. He had
horrendous.
He had no idea where he was supposed to be or what he was supposed
I don't think he had a clue. You couldn't have put him in a worse position for him. No. And then for Phillips, where you expect Phillips
and a pair of gloves on him.
You still think Phillips could, step up by now? He was fucking rubbish, man. He was terrible.
He was.
And I understand why he put Phillips in there. See, I'm not going to knock him for putting him in there because the whole idea of bringing Phillips in was cover for Alvarez. If we decide to rest him, if he gets injured, if he gets his suspension, which is coming, that was the idea of it. But fuck me, Phillips. I expected you to be a bit better than this. Really.
It was shocking. It was absolutely shocking, definitely.
And because it was so bad, the only reason we went attacking in the second half, because it was panic stations. We had to. We were losing 2-0 to the worst team in the league, or one of them, with Sheffield. And yet we're 2-0 down at half-time with the way you set up. And that's the only reason. Their keeper never made a save in that first half. We gave nothing. And then it was kitchen sink time. We got Antonio on, we got Ings on, and then Ings, because there was 2 up front or 3 up front, Ings shone, which is no surprise to anyone who's watched Ings through the years. But it seems to be a surprise to fucking Moyes. That's the annoying thing.
I know. And the thing is, like with David Moyes, he doesn't tend to trust a proven goal scorer in the Premier League. He just doesn't seem to trust him. And that's laughable, isn't it? It is laughable. And the worst thing about it is that, Danny Ings has probably played more games than, more games like in the Premier League than David Moyes has managed for West Ham. And yet he doesn't give him the opportunity to play in his.
Well, he just won't play that system. Look, we've seen it, Bud. We've seen it with Allaire. He wouldn't play to his strengths. We see it with Scamacca. He wouldn't play to his strengths. Yeah. And now we've seen it with Ings. And that game there was that last 15 minutes was playing to Ings' strengths, right? The way we packed the forward line. And he scored really 2, 1 disallowed and hit the bar. He could have had a hat trick in 15 minutes. And if that's not a fucking clue, I don't know what is. But he won't. And then you throw Ward-Prowse out to the left wing where he throws everyone out to die. He threw Fornals out there to die. He threw Ben Rama, who weren't quick enough to be a left winger, to die. And now he's throwing Ward-Prowse out there. And Ward-Prowse must be thinking, what the fuck? What's going on here? I don't know what's going on here.
And he stuck Paqueta out there on a regular basis. And Paqueta's kind of proven to him that he can do the job. You know what I mean? And
well, he started with him there, Geezer, but he switched it so quickly. And then I just, fuck me, man. I don't know what's going on.
To be fair, right, to switch it up so that you can bring Paqueta into the centre, I don't think
but
criticise that too heavily.
No, I won't, but Ward-Prowse should have started, right?
Yeah, but
we're playing Burnley, Budge. We're playing Burnley. Ward-Prowse stays on the bench, you bring fucking Ings or Antonio on. Have one more attacking player is all the difference. We didn't. We put Ward-Prowse in the middle, it didn't work. We switched him to left, didn't work. Half time, both of them get hooked. And put out with Phillips there, mate, and Prowse, with Gareth Southgate sitting in the stand watching that shit, and they both get hooked. Fucking hell. Forget England, boys. Forget England.
Let's just acknowledge some of the chat again. Helen's in the house. Can't believe that Luton were 3-0 up and then lost 4-3.
Oh, did they? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, that is incredible, isn't it?
No, it is.
Right, let's have a little see if there's anybody new in there. Yeah. Stuart, good evening, sir.
Hey, Stuart.
Your neighbour, Alan. Good morning,
Alan.
Kieran and all West Ham tragic. We need a lift in the game or it will get back.
We do need a lift, mate. We need a good win against Freiburg, mate. It's simple as that.
We do.
There's no messing about it. And we're far better than them.
A decisive win, not just a good win. It has to be decisive. 3-0.
That's what my head went down after the Freiburg game. Well, all right, he set up conservatively. He tried to nick a fucking result. We could have got away with a draw. But to do it against Burnley, for fuck's sake, Moyes, what are you doing, mate? They're the worst team. I've watched Burnley a lot this year. Every team that's attacked them first have exposed their keeper, who's not quite there yet. He's a young keeper in Trafford.
Yeah.
And did we do? Nothing. He never made a save. We didn't pressure him. We didn't shoot at him. And you go, Moyes, what the fuck? Freiburg, really, we should be all out against Freiburg tomorrow, mate. We should be just putting a attacker after attacker on there and going at him for the first half hour. Win the game in the first half. Yeah. That's what he has to do. Yeah. Ward-Prowse cannot start that game. Start that game.
He's got to play a 4-3-3, in my opinion.
He won't do that. Well, he might do that. But I think it's that one player change. Ward-Prowse out for an attacking player will make a difference.
WHU58, thank you for joining us. Back in the day, 1990s, I saw the Human League at the Hammersmith Apollo. They were also doing gigs. They were also doing a live gigs. Yep.
I'll see you UB40 at the Hammersmith Apollo. Budge?
Yeah. I saw UB40 in Milton Keynes. And, it was, they were fairly new band at the time. They were really good. UB40. Tony, good evening to you, sir. Early Doors Football TV. Roger and Kieran, hope you're both well. We're very well. Thank you for joining us. Mandy G's in the house.
Mandy.
3 chances and we need to create triple. If he learns like he did in the first game.
Even as much as I dislike Moyes and I think he's an idiot, but he cannot not seen what that first half was. At least he knew to drag 2 players off who was stinking the place out. There's no way he can't learn from that. I do believe Moyes will know, no, I've got to do something different. Even stubborn as he is, he's got to see that. So Yeah.
Wolfgang Division, smash the likes up.
Wolfgang.
Simon,
That's
thank you for
great,
joining us, young man. He's a fellow YouTuber. He's a Chelsea fan. Nice guy. I've chatted with him. I'm actually in the middle of editing a little video we've put together. So I've been delayed on that. So my apologies for that, Simon. But that will be out very soon, and I will get the proof to you even sooner. Who else is in the house?
Yeah, just pick up Bucky Budgie. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, well, he don't know you, does he? You miserable.
Take the piss.
Oh my God! Look, people like saying hello. Big up Budgie, laugh out loud. And Daryl. Hello, Daryl. New name.
G'day, Daryl.
Who else we got? Anyone else? All the usual names. Oh no, James Lamprew.
Jamesy.
How are you, mate? Nice,
yeah, he's down here as well. He's in Melbourne. Yeah. It's a lot cooler down there. We're hitting 30 degrees. They've got 18, 20. Brilliant, huh? They'll be freezing their nuts off soon down there.
Yeah. Lucas is in the house. Lucas, good
Lucas.
evening to you, sir.
He's in UK, isn't he, Lucas?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I'm going to be seeing him tomorrow. Get into the Carpenters. I'm going to be. Listen, I'm going to be in London. I'm getting on a midday train-ish. So I'll be at Stratford by, I don't know, 1:30, 1:45, latest. So we will see you tomorrow, sir.
Good.
Happy saying the same thing. Let's see you tomorrow. Apparently we're going to be meeting up with Jeff as well from the Bowling Lounge. Going to meet up with him.
You think Lucas has got any taller since you last saw him?
He's already about 93 foot. He's like a fucking yeti, isn't he? Look, he's huge. I have to look up to him, and I'm nearly 6 foot. You know what I mean?
He's a big lad.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a big lad. Right, what's Neil saying? Like everyone loves to team stuff and go for it, but I fear Moyes' initial approach, we still
Neil
concede, then go for goal, 2 late goals. But if we do that, then it becomes 2-2 overall.
I think we need to be scoring in the first half, mate. Just get parity, get that parity, and then look to
at least 3 goals tomorrow night. And
I think we can. I'll say we could have scored 3 against them in the first leg, and that's the truth. But we didn't. Yeah. And that's what it's all about. I watched the Arsenal game last night, mate. If you look at their 2-legged affair against Porto, it went to Porto, and really, again, Arsenal should have been 3-0 up in that game, and they weren't clinical enough in the first game. And Porto scored a last-minute shot, scored goal, and that fucked it. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, they're 1-0 down. And they bring them back to the Emirates, and again, Porto were good, mate. They're a professional outfit. With that, my mate Pepe at the back. What a defender that boy is. 41 years of old. 41 years the whole 120 minutes. What a player that
and made everybody look average.
Yeah, and I mean, they gave man of the match to Raya, the keeper. I mean, it was Pepe all day long for me. But
I know, yeah. Again, but Raya was incredible.
He was in a penalty shootout.
I've been saying all year long that Raya deserves to be in front of Ramsdale.
Oh, I'm sure he does, but that's.
I've been chatting with a few Arsenal fans, and
he made 2 penalty saves
in theory, but they say, that Ramsdale is like their number 1 keeper, and he should have been respected more. I'm like, well,
we saw Ramsdale. You saw Ramsdale at the weekend, mate. He fucking cost them a goal at the weekend when they played him. So Raya's always going to be their number 1 now. It's as simple as that. But for that game, and they had to get to penalties, Arsenal, where they should have won that side comfortably, but they didn't. Porto could have got it. But a couple of saves from Raya, and maybe 2 bad penalties as well. They weren't the greatest. So
look, happy saying that Lucas is a man mountain.
I know, mate. I mean, you're small enough at the 8, and he makes you look even smaller.
Danny
See the
DeVito's a man mount. Danny DeVito's a man mounting to her and all.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Fremer's in the house, by the way. I did have his message. There he is. Look,
From us.
Thank you for joining us, mate. Sari is on the market. Oh, I'm not sure about him. I'm really not sure about him. There he is. Look, there's Jeff. He's in the house. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. You can see
Jeff.
We will see you at hopefully at the Carpenters, Jeff. So by the dartboard, that's where we are. That's where you'll find us. I'm not looking for you, mate. You're gonna have to come looking for me. WHU says working tomorrow. Would have had to meet up with you and Lucas and the guys, right? Well,
it's a shame, 58, isn't it?
Like I said, mate, I'm always in the Carpenters. Happy's 99% in the Carpenters, more than me, more often than I am. Sorry, but yeah, down by the dartboard, mate. That's where you'll find us. So anytime you're there, pop your head in and tell us who you are, because you know it's lovely to meet up with you guys. Thanks for the shout out, mate. Listen, we love shouting out everybody. We like to shout out all the people that comment. We can't always put all the comments out, but we do try and shout out everybody. And there's another name mentioned tonight, Lynn. Thank you for joining the sweetheart.
G'day, Lynn. Mate, you give the nicest comments, Lynn. Mate, you made my day nicer. I'll tell you that.
That's really sweet of you, and I'm sure you've commented on the wrong show. But I really do appreciate it. Do you think Ajax will deal with us again after that last raid? I'm not sure. But the thing is, money talks.
Money talks, mate.
Always money talks.
See, Ajax, mate, we're not the only club that's raided them over the years. Everyone does, because there's in the Dutch league, there's no money in it. There's absolutely no money, and even winning the league there is worth next to nothing. So they do produce great players, and they always move them on. They always sell them to survive. So it's nothing new for Ajax.
Yeah.
It's just they're having a bad year this year. This year, it sort of caught up with them a bit. You know, a bit like Leicester. It sort of caught up with them in the end, selling their players. People, you know, everyone's expecting it to happen at Brighton sooner or later. You can't keep selling all these players and keep going, but they do. At the moment, they keep surviving.
And to be fair, we've been victims of exactly that over the years, haven't we? Yeah, you know,
we have. Yeah, in the past,
we've had in, and we've sold on for good money, or sometimes lost. But you know, we have these great players. We sell them on, and we're bouncing up and down between Premier League and the Championship for years on end. So you know, you can kind of understand why it happens to certain clubs. And you know, to be fair, I think Leicester were really unfortunate in the season that they had. That they really did have a run of bad games. And it was really
and a lot of injuries, and that cost them. But they did sell a lot of their players over the years, and caught up with them. You know, so it's just the way it is. But they'll probably be back next year anyway, Leicester. So we'll see them again.
Yeah, probably. Do we think the recent appointment of a technical director at Liverpool looks like he's staying?
I never thought he was going anyway myself, Mark. I didn't think we were losing.
I really didn't think he was going to go. My phone keeps bleeping at me and I can't find it.
Yeah, well, it's just puts your mind at rest and make sure he doesn't walk out, because that would be the biggest loss to us. I mean, I think we can dance around losing Paqueta if Steynen's there to replace him. But to lose Steinen, I'd lose all hope of our signings for next year. It really would be a disaster.
Oh God, it would be
disaster. And I only just got up this morning, guys, and I watched Gio and Gonzo there saying that Aguerd's changed his agent and he wants out at the summer. And you remember I give you that list the other week about how many players I think we're going to lose, which was up to about 7 or 8. Plus, we've already lost Ben Rama and Fornals, and probably Carer won't come back. And now we're saying Downs is not going to come back. They don't want him. And now Gerd might be going. So we really need to replace about 11 players. And I don't want fucking Moyes or Sullivan having their hands on any of that. None of it. No. Fuck's sake.
No. That's where you.
Oh, no.
That's where you need Biden, and you need like Mark Noble doing his bit as well.
Yeah, and whoever they've got, like that team, I want them to be doing it because it's a big rebuild, guys. Whatever manager's in charge next year, I think is a tough job, really tough job, because it is a rebuild. Make no mistake about that. We're rebuilding this team next year,
and rebuilding a club that has had consistent European football for 2 years.
And we've come to this point where we're going to lose about 9-10 players. Crazy, really, eh? And some of it's from age, and some of it because they're not good enough.
And some of it is because they're not happy.
Yeah, and it's with the youngsters, yes, Budge. The 2 youngsters we've got that we think's got potential, Mubama and Johnson, are both going out the door at this stage.
At this moment in time, it looks like they're gone. You know, laziness.
It does, yeah.
You know, all over the place, really. To be fair, and you know, one of the other people that I think might be tempted to be looking for a move is Mavropanos as well, because I don't think he's.
But at the moment, Budge, if you judged we've got 4 or 5 centre-halves, right? Look, at the moment, Zuma ain't good enough. Mavropanos not good enough. Aguerd's not good enough. All right? Ogbonna is, getting on, but he can still do a job for you. But he's still not he shouldn't be your first choice. But this is what we've got. We've got 3 centre-halves that are not working. So the centre-half pairing tomorrow would probably be Mavropanos and Aguerd or Zuma. Probably Zuma. But they haven't been lately.
It tells you something, though, with the money that we've spent in our back line.
Yeah, I know.
That our most reliable and possibly our best player in the back line, in the way of central defence, is a player that we've extended his contract out of a sense of loyalty.
Yeah.
Because he's, really, he's too old for that, for this league.
He is, but he is and he isn't.
But he produces the goods when he's on pitch.
Most of the time. I mean, he can get caught out as well. The point was to replace him with something a lot better. Now, I know Aguerd's got a little bit of mitigating circumstances that we do not play. We play so deep it doesn't suit him.
Yeah.
But he has been, for me, and maybe it was that injury, Bud, you know what I mean? Sometimes his injuries when he first came to us and he got done at Ibrox, I don't think he's ever shown anything since that. Now and again, we've had glimpses of being good. But I don't think he's been the same player since. And it's a shame. Because I do remember watching him in the World Cup for Morocco, and he was fantastic.
Yeah,
so to be fair, there is a player there.
Out of all of our central defenders that we've got available when they're all fit, out of all of, I think Aguerd is the one that I would trust with the last ditch tackle in the box.
Absolutely, he's got the pace as well. But I have no doubt, Bud. If Aguerd leaves, he'll go somewhere else and do well. I have no doubt about that. Because they'll play in a system that will suit.
He'll end up at somewhere like Ajax or somewhere like that, and he'll be like,
do you know what I mean?
Fucking defender of the.
Do you know the interesting bit? He's pissed his agent off to get a new one. I wonder whether he pissed his agent off. I said, mate, you fucking signed me up for this team. You told me to come here. What's going on? Well, you got this manager who keeps fucking playing 9-man defence, and I need to be further up the pitch so I can perform.
Yeah.
He must have sacked that agent and said, "You fucking idiot! I'm getting another one in."
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
I'm out.
We
I'm
do
out
miss
of here.
Dawson, Wally. We're always going to miss Dawson, mate. Always.
Yeah. Did Emerson have surgery? I haven't heard anything.
No, I haven't heard.
Yeah, Wally, sorry,
No,
I
he's still
didn't.
missing.
I
He's still be
left it
missing.
up there for a while so that I could, acknowledge you were in. Thank you for joining us, sir. Lovely to see you. It's crazy how much we miss Dawson. And you know what? I was talking about him in the pub earlier, and we were talking about the England lineup, and I was saying that I thought that Bowen deserves a call up to the squad at the very least.
Oh, of course.
And a couple of guys were saying, well, really and truly, who's he going to replace? And I went, well, he ain't got to replace anybody. He's fucking naturally got a place there because of the way he performs in the league, regardless of whether we have a good game or not. 8 times out of 10, Bowen is probably the outstanding player up front, for us. So,
well, I mean, he's never going to play up, in the forward line for England. I mean, he's going to play on the right wing. Trouble is, you've got a lot of competition for that spot. That's what Bowen's got.
Yeah,
which is what you need. You've got Saka out there, and you've got Bowen. So it's an argument who you prefer.
And you've
but he will make the squad.
Got,
I have no doubt.
Foden, who can also play that.
Yeah, and Foden is on fire at the moment. I think he's England's best player at the moment.
Do you know something? I personally would pencil my team around Foden if I was the manager.
It's been fabulous.
I have to say him, Declan Rice, and Jordan Henderson in goal. I have to say that too.
Who?
As bad as he can, Jordan Pickford. Sorry.
Fuck me! I was going to say Jordan Henderson. I was going to judge what you on, son. Sort your life out.
No, what I meant is Jordan Henderson needs to be as far away from that squad as possible. No, Jordan Pickford, sorry. As poor as Everton have been.
No, he's there. No, he's a good keeper, mate.
He is the best keeper.
A lot.
Yeah, he has. And he can pull out a worldie.
He's still a nutcase, but
oh god, yeah. Oh, all keepers
you can't hold that against him. 2 minutes, mate.
All right, mate. Yeah. Right. We need to do a Notts Forest rebuild. Exactly that, Mark. I mean, we kind of ridiculed Notts Forest a little bit when they had 17 or 18 players, new players on their roster. We kind of ridiculed them. We were also pissed off with them because they got Jesse Lingard when we were hoping to sign them. Most of us were hoping to sign them. But you're right. It's going to be a Notts Forest style rebuild. Well, we'll probably have to do, like Kieran said, 10 to 12 players. What are your thoughts on the video from West Ham main channel with Nobes in that? I haven't seen it, Fremmer.
No, Fremmer, I haven't seen it, man.
I will have a look at it and I will get back to you next week on it. It's all more.
I think that could be very true. I think Skamaka wanted out. I think Haller wanted out. I think Vlasic wanted out. Krau wanted out. Now we're looking at again wanting out. Yeah, he doesn't suit all players, mate. That's for sure.
Yeah. What else have we got here then? Oh, God, stop bloody.
Obviously, the Emerson injury. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's not available for tomorrow's game or whatever. So
I know, which is a gutter for me because I've got to be honest with you. I'm going to be at the stadium tomorrow, and he is one of the players that I go to watch.
Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah. That's like
so it's a bit of a disappointment for me.
And that fucking kickoff for me, 4:45 in the morning. Jesus Christ, what are they doing over there, man? Why this early kickoff? What's the reasoning?
TV money.
Hey, mate.
TV money. That's all it is. It's so that they can accommodate the American audience. Well,
yeah, but it's West Ham versus Freiburg. I don't see.
Mind you, though.
Unless there's a game on afterwards that they want to be shown as well as a highlight.
That's like midday-ish in most of the United States areas that I know about. I mean, obviously, it could be like 1 o'clock or 11
It's
o'clock.
just strange.
Yeah. Moyes has ruined the spirit of the players. They hate playing distress football.
I think some do.
But if you believe what Kevin Nolan was saying on TalkSport this week, that the camaraderie and the morale in the changing room is exceptionally high.
Yeah, and I think the second half of the Burnley game sort of proved that, mate. They hadn't given up. The players haven't given up. They might not agree with how they're playing, or say likes of Aguerd who weren't even playing, but they probably don't like it. But they haven't given up. As soon as they switched to an attacking formation, mate, they're all into it. I thought Soufal had a really, really good game against Burnley too. I thought he was superb. Even in the first half, when everyone else around him was crap, I thought Soufal was good.
Yeah. Do you think Moyes will stay, or do you think Sullivan will let him go? What would you want to happen? Clearly, I would like us to have a different manager. I'm not Moyes out, but I'm not Moyes in either. I think David Moyes has gone as far as he can go with West Ham United. Simple as that. I don't think he's got the tools to be a Champions League manager, and therefore he will never get us past Europa League, in my opinion. I'm not
it doesn't even boil down that for me, Budge.
I'm not saying that Europa League season after season after season is a bad thing. I would enjoy that as a supporter.
It wouldn't bother me, Budge, if we play bloody Conference League every year. That would the Europe thing doesn't bother me. You know, if we're playing in it, great. But what I would like to see is, to set up against Burnley in the way we did just doesn't make sense. And this is where he always reverts back to type. That's why I don't want Moyes, because we're going to see this time in, time out. If he gets another 2-year contract, honestly, you're going to see this again and again and again. And what I wouldn't mind, the irony of it, that defensive setup he made against Burnley in the first half, we conceded 2 fucking goals, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I wouldn't mind if it worked, and then you go on to win the game, but it doesn't work. So he's got to fucking rethink, and he doesn't.
Right. Mark saying that Emerson, 7 to 14 days, should be back for the Newcastle, maybe the Villa game.
Okay.
John Osborne. Virgil, good evening to you, sir. Thank you.
G'day, John.
Oh, how are you, buddy? I hope you're well. Dawson, mad almost didn't want an aging double relegated centre-back. Proves that career history isn't the be-all and end-all. Absolutely right, Happy. And, he played out of his skin for us. And I'll be forever grateful for it. I think so. It
can be done with his centre-half. If you saw Pepe, against Arsenal, mate, the geezer was superb. Yeah. He's 41.
That's what I was saying about the conversation I was having in the pub. We were talking about the England setup, and they were all talking about how Maguire's always reliable, this, that, and the other. And I just piped up and said, I'd rather see Dawson in that position than Maguire. They went,
I don't know.
They went,
Maguire does perform well for England.
Craig Dawson. I said,
usually does.
I said, if you stuck 3 lions on Craig Dawson's shirt, I'll tell you what, he will be the man of the match.
Well,
and
I wouldn't doubt it.
They went, I suppose. I said, look, when he came to us, he was like I said, he'd been relegated a couple of times. I said his morale weren't great. I said, but I'll tell you what, once he stepped on the pitch with our lot, I said he was brilliant. I said, and, none of us wanted him to leave.
He's one of them, mate. You're always going to love a Dawson, mate. You're always going to love it. He always had a mistake in him in every game. But he got lucky in a lot of them and got away with it, you know. But his commitment and that is second to none. As the Wolves supporters are saying now, they're loving him.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I think he's injured at the moment, much too. He weren't playing last weekend for Wolves. I think he might have. He must be injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was great. I loved him. Oh, he was the nuts.
Yeah. But anyway, we haven't got him now. What we've got is again Mavropanos and Zuma. That's all quite scary.
Oh, yeah, Kurt Zuma that's had knee replacement, but they forgot to tell us that they've replaced him with elephants' knees.
Fucking hell, guy, you're going for it there, boy. I mean, that lineup would give fucking Morris heart attacks, Skeezer. He wouldn't be able to write it down. He wouldn't be able to write their names down on the same page. He'd fucking shit himself. Couldn't have.
He would.
He couldn't do it, mate. He'd be, oh, no, I can't. So.
He'd get cold shivers and everything, he would. Cockney Rejects, Bright House, Bridge House, Canning Town.
Right, mate, I'll tell you a story about the Bridge House, Fred. When I went to school at St Bonaventures, and my mate, Danny Murphy, it was his family that had the Bridge House back then. And they were the first sort of band in pub in East London to sort of play punk music. And he came in, mate. He came into school one day with a fucking toothbrush hanging around his neck. and all sorts, you know, all these safety pins in his jacket. And we're going, what the fuck is this? And yeah, that was about 1976. And he said, it's punk, mate. It's a new thing. And then I got into it and I went, fucking, it's brilliant. But yeah, their family owned the Bridge House. And his brother went into acting, his older brother. And he ended up in that, what was that called? London's Burning?
All right, yeah.
His brother, something Murphy, but he ended up being an actor, quite a well-known one in London's Burning.
Yeah, I know who you mean now. Dark-haired guy, quite stocky.
Yeah, chubby-ish. Yeah, because Darren was a bit chubby-ish, stocky guy, you know?
Yeah.
He was a mental West Ham boy in all fucking head case.
Yeah. London's Burning, Blue Watch, wasn't it?
Is that Bridge House still going, Fred? Is it, or has it been pulled down there, or is it still alive? Interesting.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know. Lads, the players want to play attacking football instead of that moist bullshit. It is what it is, though, mate. You know, you have to play to your manager's instructions, and unfortunately, we've seen what happens when they don't stick to it.
Yeah. I'm with John with that. Them poo-poos do me head in. I can knock it on the head, Meggie. He won't. too many people like them, Brendan.
Yeah, mate. I can't even do a pew-pew. I can't get up that high. I know the centre backs can be a bit Spencer. I still blame the tactics. Midfield often fails.
Yeah.
Defence and Areola to save.
Yeah, there is a bit of that, Neil. You're right. There is a bit of that, mate.
Lots and lots of it. And which just goes to show what I was saying last week about it's something when your goalkeeper is in the conversation for Hammer of the Year.
Yeah, exactly. Of course it does.
A little bit sort of like anonymous when it comes to Hammer of the Year. You know, you don't want your goalkeeper being the most important player in your club. That's not what it's about. Well,
you sort of do if he has to say to a game and they're world class saves, then he's in the conversation. But good teams do that and make sure he's protected. But we don't. We seem to rely on him a bit too much, and because we play so deep. But and you're right. And maybe this is a Gerd's problem. We're playing too deep to suit him, and I think he's had enough of it. Yeah. And You know what I mean? It probably suits Zuma being deep. You know, so he can head and block everything. He hasn't got the pace.
He
he
ain't
might
got
suit
to
a
fucking
bomber
move
too.
nowhere.
You know,
He ain't got to go nowhere.
So, plus, his passing isn't the best. And you say, like, even Freiburg, you know, the bloody pass out from Alvarez, what it got picked up. You know, I mean, it's a terrible pass into the midfield that caused that goal. And then Zuma let the guy get behind him. But you got to go back to your initial mistake. The initial mistake by Alvarez, who's one of the, you know, one of our more consistent players, but he still made that mistake. But that's
but in fairness, nobody was offering themselves to him for a pass. He was trying to create a pass to something that.
But you don't do that much.
You don't.
You know, you're told if you can't secure that ball in midfield, don't play.
Yeah, that is still a mistake on Alvarez's part. But I think also you've got to blame Lucas Paqueta a little bit for that as well, because he can produce something out of that. Do you know what I mean? And I think Alvarez was getting a little bit.
It was another one that, you know, just losing the ball too easily in that game.
Yeah.
As much as we love his fucking brilliance when it is, but my God, there is games when Paqueta just cannot hold the bloody ball long enough. So, and gives it away too much in the midfield.
Yeah. Emerson and Paqueta were both making a film for the fans. Hope he's okay and maybe even on the bench for tomorrow. Be nice if he's on the bench. It really would. Great show. Leave a like. Thank you, Kevin.
Good day, Kevin. Kevin Locke. That's not the real Kevin Locke, is it? That's a name.
Kevin.
I liked him on Kevin Locke.
Yeah, but he had an E on. He had an E on the end of his name, didn't he?
Oh, he might have done, Gazer. He might have done. I mean, he was meant to be the next Bobby Moore. He came in straight after Bobby Moore left, and he was good for a while. He was good for a while.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I'm sure he had an E on the end of his name. Similarly to Moore with the E. Couple of games. What's that? Mousegate watched. Oh, Mousegate, Southgate. Watched of ours and haven't pointed out.
Oh, man. If Phillips gets in that squad, mate, well, there's hope for everyone. There really is hope for everyone.
Except for Bowen. Virgil, you ever coming back to this?
John, we need you back on this, we need you back on there, guys.
I got to be honest with you, I hadn't missed him. Mind you, that's also because I haven't actually caught that much of the CMB stuff recently. I've been working, and when I get home, I'm absolutely foobar, mate. So,
poor old John there. He's driving that black cab all day long. That would, mate, that would test your mental health.
God, yeah.
Driving around London in a cab.
Driving around London in a cab, yeah, definitely. It's bad enough being a passenger in one. You think to yourself, "Oh God, would this traffic ever end?" But like, he's in like for a 12-hour shift, 8-hour shift every day. Poor sod. Tip my hat to you, John. I really do. Usual. Right. Okay. Well, that's just personal stuff. We won't go with that. What's that, Rev? Alfred, did you ever see the Foreskins?
I remember them. I remember the Foreskins.
I was going to say it depends on which toilets you visited, but you know.
I've seen 4 or 5.
Probably never have if you're a Tottenham fan. Are we on skinhead bands now? Oh, we're talking about skinhead bands. There's only two real proper skinhead bands, in my opinion.
So the Foreskins were a skinhead band, yeah.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
They were.
Like the top ones for me was Screwdriver. They were brilliant. I like them.
Gee, I remember the name, Budge. Can't remember the music, but I do remember the name, yeah.
I see them a couple of times. And another one was the Dr. Martons or something. Or no, Marton. Yeah, Martons. The Dr. Martons. Yeah, they were more of a local band though. But they were really good. They were really good. They played a lot of ska music and stuff as well as like the punky stuff as well. Yeah, it was good. Exploited. Yeah. Okay. To be fair, if we don't know what the players want, but I did find it interesting what Warburton said after he resigned. Yeah, that's
a good point, Frank. That's a good point because what he said basically, he didn't want anything to do with his defensive shit. He didn't want to fall out with Moyes, so he pissed off because he didn't agree with it, obviously, and he thought he should be more expansive, and Moyes didn't. So there you go. There's a clash of philosophies, if you like, of two guys that both can be managers. And he didn't like Moyes' philosophy. So that was the end of
that. Stuart's asking, does FFP play a part?
It will do next year, Stu. When we need fucking 20 players.
Yeah. At the moment, our books have been balancing out quite well because our board are stingy bastards and they don't like paying out money.
Well,
only in the last couple of years have we spent decent money on players.
That's what I mean. That when you look at the rebuild budge, that's what scares me a bit. Is that it might force us to sell Paquetá, right? It might force us to have that money to rebuild, and I think that could be the case. I didn't want that to be the case, but I think that's what's going to be because we've got a lot of the players we're going to lose. We're getting no money for, none. So.
Yeah. Is there VAR tomorrow? Will be better because we.
Oh yeah. There is.
There will be, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty sure, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Because there didn't seem to be any flipping VAR in last week's game. Used to DJ in a pub in Bow. Play nothing but oi music in the very early 80s. Which pub was that usual? Because I used to go to a pub in Bow. Larger ground. Let me know what pub it was.
Yeah, I didn't really drink. I used to drink in Bethnal Green a bit, and up at Aldgate East. I used to live around there, so, but not in Bow so much. No.
Yeah. There are 4 games on at 5:45 and 4 at 8 p.m.
Right. So it is a TV thing, so they can do 2 lots of matches.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Pain in the ass.
And it's TNT Sports, isn't it?
How are you, Helen? Didn't say hello, did it?
Yeah, I did earlier.
I missed it.
I always say hello to everybody. You're just a road bastard. Right. We're sad to see the team get booed. We're sad to see the team get booed off the pitch at half time against Burnley, but they came back.
I don't think they were booing the team at the H. I think they were booing Moyes for the setup and the way we played. Yeah, I think the tactics, that's what was getting booed more than anything.
That was shocking.
Shocking.
Absolutely. I don't think many here in the US even know what the Europa League, much less want to
exactly. Yeah. Now it's all about that, getting 2 lots of game in the one evening. That's all it is. It's only viewing figures around the world, Europe mainly. But it's all about that. Just getting 2 lots of games in. You can watch this lot and then one of them, and then you can watch the next lot.
Yeah. That's a very good point, Wally. I was just, it was just guesswork. Emerson's a loss, but if we can't beat Freiburg, even with Creswell at left back, then we don't deserve to get to the.
It's simple as that. It's as simple as that, Michael. You're right. If Freiburg are fucking bang average, if we can't beat them, there's something wrong. We've already done them twice. Shouldn't have lost last week, but we weren't clinical enough to get a draw out of it. But we shouldn't even be looking at draws against these teams. We should be beating them. And I say, if you want to win the Europa League, Jesus Christ, If you can't beat Freiburg, how are you going to do against Leverkusen? How would you do against Liverpool? You know, it's crazy. You've got to be better than that.
Or even Brighton.
Even Brighton,
We
yeah.
struggle against Brighton every time, except for, well, in January, wasn't it?
Well, you see what happened to them last week. They got a massive touch-up in Europe. You know what I mean? These are good teams in this Europa League. And we're playing Freiburg and we're losing. Fuck me.
Yeah.
I mean, if you still believe that we can win Europa after that.
Brighton have got a mountain in front of them tomorrow, haven't they? You know, they got.
Well, that's the trouble with that 1-0 lead, Budge. Now they if they want to counter attack only and just sit deep, they can. And you know what we've been like against teams that have a low block. We struggle to break them down, and that could be the problem. They might be happy to fucking get to the end of that game, you know. Don't care about scoring, just not conceding. Could make it tough.
Yeah. You'd rather see Johnson in midfield after a 3-minute cameo than JWP tomorrow. That says something, doesn't it?
I don't think we'll have. I think we will have a. I think we'll have Ings no, we won't have Ings. We'll have Antonio on tomorrow without JWP. I've got a feeling he might put Kudos left, Bowen right, and Antonio up front with Paqueta sitting behind. That, to me, is the most sensible way to do it, to be more of an attacking threat.
Either that or Bowen up front and Kudos on the right, Antonio on the left, like somebody said.
Or that, yeah. Either way, that three works, and they can be fluid, Budge.
That really would work as well. That really would work.
All three of them positions can do that. You can have Antonio on the left. You can have him in the middle. You can put Bowen on the right, Kudos on the left. Whatever one works, or you can switch it as the game goes on. They're the three that need to be there for me to show intent to win the game. Yeah.
And to be fair, at this moment in time, the way he's playing, I think Sojek's in for a shout to start. You know, I think he's been pretty decent in the last few games. Even when we haven't been that good, he's been, you know, he's been Sojek. I think he should start.
No, he's been good. He's been all right.
Yeah, I think he's good. Him, Alvarez, and maybe
just him and Alvarez there, man.
Yeah, I suppose.
Paqueta in front of them. That's that one change of Ward-Prowse out, Antonio on. You've got to remember, these are going to be sitting deep. They'll probably be sitting deep, mate, with the scoreline that it is, and they're away from home. So you need that one more attacking player on the pitch.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And if it can be a fucking Bison, then preferably get him on.
Now, Cresswell ain't ideal, but even with Cresswell, see, if your argument is keep JWP on for his free kicks and his set pieces, Cresswell can hit a good free kick. Cresswell can hit a good corner into the box. You know, we've got him. Bowen can swing a good ball into the box. So we got that covered. We've got that covered. He ain't scoring from 30 yards, is he, JWP, at the moment? Right? Them free kicks have dried up. So we won't be missing him. We can cover him.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, I know. Assuming we win versus the Germans, who do we want in the quarterfinals?
No one, Simon. I don't want any of them.
To be fair, I don't really want it.
They're all going to be tough after this, mate.
Yeah, I suppose. For me, I think.
I can't remember who's in it now. That's to be honest.
If we got Roma, which is probably we're probably getting up in Liverpool.
Who's in it? I've forgotten who's in it.
Well,
I know who I don't want to meet, and that's Leverkusen and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Looks like Brighton will be out because they got bumps in the first leg.
They got 4-0, they got 4-0 climb. I suppose for me it would have to be Roma.
Depends who gets through, I suppose.
Yeah, I think Roma are through, and they could, as you said,
even Leverkusen drew their first game 2-2, didn't they? But I think they threw out a second string team, went 2-0 down, then threw the big boys on and got it back. So, you'd expect them at home to sig it for it.
Yeah. Happy says she still rates Mavs. Yeah, I know you do, sweetheart.
I hope so. I hope Mavs comes good, man. I hope he.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that good at the moment.
Got an ulterior motive for saying that, though.
Yeah, I know.
She likes him in a pair of shorts. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
We need a new centre half. Realistically, who would you get?
Yeah, that's the worry with that word realistically, Lynn. Because I know who I want, but realistically, we ain't getting him, and that's Brantwaite at Everton.
Yeah,
but we're not getting him.
I don't know. I quite like that. Place for.
I think he's one of the best centre halves this year in the Premier League's been the boy at his name's gone out of my head, at Tottenham. He's been superb, but he went off injured at the weekend. So.
Yeah.
But he won't get him.
Tottenham as a team have been superb this season, haven't they, to be fair?
Most of the time they've been really good.
As much as it sticks in your throat to say it, they've done well this season. They've had a good team.
Well, I always thought they would, mate, under Big Ange. So, I always thought they would. Wait till he actually gets the team. Wait till he buys the players that he actually wants to make that team up next year.
Yeah.
Then you might see a seriously good team at some.
Yeah.
Well,
like you've said on many occasions, Kieran, that Ange likes to work with what he's got, see what he's got, assess what he's got, and then weed out his weak links or what he believes to be his weak links, and bring in stronger links to to the team, like he's done everywhere he's been. And I think
it takes him a couple of years normally, Budge, and then he wins something. That's that's his MO, right? It takes him 2 seasons.
Right now, though, is
it's going to happen, mate. I believe Big Andrew put a trophy on the ball for him. I really do. It won't going to be this year, but it could be next year, even if it's a League Cup.
Let's hope it's the Audi Cup again.
And I'll go. Look, can you imagine if Harry Kane had stayed? Jesus Christ! You know what I mean? But he didn't. And I'll give him a shout out, guys. He's on 30 goals now at Bayern. Right, 30 goals for this season. He hit his 4th hat trick of the season. Never been done before in the Bundesliga, and he hit his 4th hat trick of the season last weekend. So my God, what a fucking striker he is!
I know, but stick him in Championship, he'd probably do a very similar.
He's just one of them players, mate, and he still won't win a trophy.
No.
What's he got to do? What's he got to do to put a trophy on the ball, mate?
He'll get the golden boot again.
Yeah. Oh dear.
He won't be.
He's been lots of shit for himself. That's it.
He won't be able to read what it says though, because it'll be in German. Oh fucking hell! Poor sod. Well, we've been going for 1 hour and 10 minutes. Can you believe that? Hasn't time flown? So, right. Okay, Freiburg tomorrow. Okay, let's get some score predictions in the chat. Score predictions for Freiburg tomorrow. Bearing in mind we've got a 1-goal deficit, so we have to win by at least 2 goals to win right now, as it stands. So, what's your predictions? What about you, Kieran? What do you have in mind?
See, when that game finished 1-0 the other night, I thought it was ridiculous that we didn't win it or get a point, but I weren't that bothered. I always think a team as average they are, we're losing 1-0 out there. Okay, there's no reason why we can't bring them back to the London State and beat them 3-0. None whatsoever, right? Really none. But what scared me was the Burnley thing, what he did in that first half against Burnley. And it's not the team I'm worried about, West Ham. It's Moyes. and how he approaches the game in the first half. I believe we should be going for it. I believe that extra attacking player in the team will win us the game. And that's Antonio for me. Right? Bring him on, leave Ward-Prowse on the bench. I think we can beat them 3-0, and there's no reason we can't. The other side of that is, though, we do struggle. If they do sit that deep, is to break them down. But if you play Antonio up front, and I believe in Bowen on the right, Kudos on the left. You remember the last two times we switched Kudos to the left, he's got 2 assists. One, he crossed it over for Socek, who scored that banger. What a goal. Spinny, turny, hit the top corner.
Yeah.
And the other one, he give it to Ings against Burnley to score that goal. So I think he should be out there. And even then, like I said, we can have a fluid front three. So, yeah, I'm confident we're beating 3-0.
Yeah.
That's it. And we should beat them 3-0. That's the point. They're not that good.
Yeah. I mean,
we made Burnley look good in that first half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got to start the right way. If Moyes puts out a team that isn't that and Ward-Prowse starts, fuck me. He's really making a fucking noose for his own neck.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I think I agree with you. I think it should be 3-0, if not better. But I think 3-0 should be their target. And Stuart, he believes the same. Thinks it should be 2-0. 3-0. Screwdriver were good budgie. Never seen them live though. Yeah, they were good. They were really good. Upstarts from Newcastle. Right, hang on. Look, come on. We got to find some scores. Ancient Britain budge. Yeah. Ancient Britain. Yeah, I remember that one. Mr. Bong's in the house. Thank you for joining us.
James A.
Hi, Mr. B in Queenslander.
Lurking.
Listening and lurking in the background. You're always lurking.
Okay. Can you hear me all right, Budge?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and your fucking menagerie over your shoulder.
Yeah, not as loud as normal, but yeah.
Ralph enjoying the sun. Good evening, Ralph. 64, live in Spain, loved this club since I was 61. hang on, or is that 6? Since I was 6. Right. Hate this football for the first time ever. I don't care. This is on Moyes. Fair shout.
A lot of it is, Ralph. I'm with you, mate. I don't like it, mate. I'm fed up with it. Really fed up. And it's interesting, isn't it? I was fed up with it a long time ago. So, you know, my tipping point came a long time ago. And then when I watched Gonzo the other night after the Burnley game, he had eventually given up. It's sick of it as well. And it just shows you it takes a matter of time for some people and longer for others to give him time. But I'd given up a long time ago, well before that World Cup. And but some people have a bit more patience with this kind of football. I don't.
Right. Yeah, look, I got told that the pub was called the Ancient Britain.
Yeah, that rings a bell, the Ancient Britain. That rings a bell. That's the one he's in Bow. Rings a bell, the name of that.
Yeah. Yeah. The only pub I know in Bow was the Barger Ground. And me and my cousin used to go there Friday nights. And they had a late licence and there was plenty of girls.
Bobby Moore had one in Bethnal Green, didn't it? Called Moro's for a while.
Yeah. So I heard, I never visited it, I must admit.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. I think it was Bethnal Green.
So look, I'm not finding any score predictions, rolling through.
We've said 3-0, that's it, mate. We're always right, haven't we?
Yeah, that's it, mate. Anthony Herb. Big up Budgie and Kieran, hope you're well.
Good day, Anthony.
Thank you for joining us, buddy. What else? I saw another name I hadn't seen before. Where was that then? Maybe I didn't. Oh yeah, there it is. Look, there it is. Leslie Barden. All our centre backs are playing to their weaknesses, so should we judge them?
Yeah, Leslie, good. Yeah, that's true.
It's true. The only one that isn't playing to their weaknesses is Zuma, because the less he has to move, the more comfortable he is.
I think he's happy with the low
He's
block.
like one of them junkyard dogs, isn't he? You know, you chain him into one position and he just does a little circle around that position.
Just stop everything.
Yeah. Right, here we go. Oh, Ford Prefect says 2-1 to Freiburg. Thanks.
2-1 Freiburg.
Mark says Hart says 3-1. Stuart says 3-0. Hart 2-0. Head 1-0. Lose on penalties. Ooh, happy.
See?
3-0 against the Hun. 1-1 going to penalties from Ralph. 2-1, then penalties. 3-1 West Ham from Anthony. 3-1 West Ham from Stewie. Tara says 2-0. Exactly one reason to fail DM. James Bong says 3-1 West Ham after extra time.
That could be telling.
Yeah. Fred says if Moise.
Yeah, Fred. That's it, mate. If I see that lineup on before the game starts, that will change my fucking prediction. But if it goes the way I say, I think we stick 3 goals past them. Like I say, we weren't good in Freiburg, yet we could have had 3 or 4. That's why I look at it, Bud. You know, we weren't very good there, yet we still could have had 3 goals, 4 goals. Yeah. We could have done. So I don't see why we can't do it again. My worry is, though, he starts with Prowse because he sees it that way. We could have had 3 goals and Prowse started. Don't. Just leave him on the bench, put one more attacking player on the pitch, and I think we do it. That's my worry. My worry is Moyes, not the team.
Yeah, the players are perfectly capable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. I've no doubt they are.
They're incapable. Neil says he wants to say 5-1.
Yeah.
But I'm worried that
exactly that.
And they will nab a second.
Yeah. If they nicked a goal before us, guys, we're in trouble. Big trouble. We can't let that happen. We can't do what we did against Burnley, right? And go 2-0 down and then try and nick it back in the second half. We can't be doing that.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Good question from Wally. Is Fabianski better than Areola at stopping penalties?
Well, historically he is, if you look at the stats. But Areola saved 2 this year, I think, but they were both bad penalties, to be fair. But historically, Fabianski got a better record.
Yeah.
So, whatever way you look at
it. But the thing is, Fabianski will start tomorrow, and I believe that if he starts, he should face the penalties if we do.
He will do, Geezer, but there's an argument now. Now this is crunch time, is play your best goalkeeper. Put Areola in. There is an argument for that. Now, I still think you play Fabianski.
And there's also an argument for Fabianski's done nothing wrong.
Exactly that.
He's done nothing wrong. He's been immense in every game he's played. So, you know, and he's been our Cup and Europe goalkeeper this season. And, you know, we showed that loyalty to Areola last season.
Exactly.
So we've got to do the same with Fabianski.
I think so, Budge. But there is an argument to say put your best goalkeeper in. If you think Areola is the best keeper, play him, because this is there's no second chances after this. You've got to win the bloody game.
Yeah. But you know, like I said earlier, it's more down to the defence and the defensive midfield to make sure that the keeper's protected anyway.
Yeah. That'd be handy, Geezer, if they did that job. I'm sure Alvarez will do it, mate. He'll have a cracking game, mate. He'll stop every fucker.
Well, there you go. Look, see, Happy Amaret says, haven't seen too much from Areola regarding the penalties, but Fabianski is the better shot stopper from my experience. And, you know, we know that Happy's been going to football for many years, watching them, you know, and she's right behind the goals. you know. Well, right
See,
down the goal.
it's one area of the pitch I'm not bothered who he picks, Geezer, to be honest. I'm happy with either.
Me neither. Me neither.
Yeah.
And, you know, like Happy said, that, you know, Fabianski's been a great shot stopper over the years. But then so has Harriola. Look at some of them saves he's made this season. He had no right.
Why I class him, the only thing I'll give Ariola at the moment over at Fabianski is that save that you shouldn't make, he does make it here and there. You know, he makes that save that's normally a goal.
Yeah,
and that's
no right getting to it. No right getting to it, and he still gets there.
Yeah.
Love that. I love that. I love that. If Moyes doesn't go for it, then he needs to go straight away. If we don't win 3 or 4-0 and he plays Moyes ball, I can honestly see us going 0-0 and out.
I just think Alan, he knows what's on the line here. To me, let's put it this way: if he loses, if we go out of this competition, that's our season more or less done. You know what I mean? I don't see us finishing in the top 7. I really don't.
Yeah.
So he needs this as much as anyone, and I think that's why he will be more attacking. He will pick the team that we want to see.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, then he's a fucking idiot.
Mm. So here's a good point there from Stuart. He says we need to bring Stuart Pearce back to sort out the defence for next season. To be fair, when he was coaching, our defence were good. You know, we had a real solid defence, but
a lot better than they are now, mate.
Yeah, but in fairness, one of the key players in that defence when Stuart Pearce was there was Kurt Zouma, but now his knees have completely gone. He's not mobile anymore. That's a dynamic that's changed.
And we had Dawson.
Who would literally throw himself onto a box full of bloody toothpicks for you. Do you know what I mean? He was incredible. Moyes has never scored 5 at West Ham. I don't think he's ever kicked the ball at West Ham, has he? Oh, you mean none of our team has scored 5? No, I don't think they have.
We only need 2.
Hang on a minute. Who was manager when Antonio got the 4 goals against Norwich?
When what?
Moyes was in charge when Antonio got 4 goals against Norwich.
Weren't that at Norwich though, Budge? Wasn't it?
Oh, it could have been. Yeah, could have been.
I think it was at Norwich when he got that 4.
I believe it was because it was during lockdown, wasn't it?
I think so. I think it was. Yeah.
But that was like 5-1 or something, wasn't it? That game. Although Antonio got 4, I think somebody else scored as well, didn't they? Can't remember who it was now.
Yeah, I can't remember the result, guys. I just remember the 4 he scored.
Was it Philippe Anderson?
Could be, Gainer.
I think it might. I can't fucking remember, but I don't know. I'll have to look it up on YouTube. I know Marlo always have a first and I can dream. Yeah. Seen a few 4s, so you never know. Yeah, we have. We're overdue a 4 or a 5-0. Yep.
We could have achieved that against fucking Burnley if we'd gone for it, but we didn't.
Yeah.
In the first half, you know, let them score twice before we decide to go for the game. Crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, well, look, we've got Villa on Sunday, so what we really need to have a showing against Villa. I mean, they've been fucking fantastic season. What
I have noticed against Villa in the last 3 games, I've watched them theirs, and that was Forest and Luton. And then Tottenham.
Tottenham.
They really start strong, Villa. All 3 games, right? There were a couple of goals up against 2 or 3 up against bloody Luton. Luton came back, scored 2 against them. Forest done exactly the same. They went up a couple by them, and Forest came back, scored. The second half, they seemed to sit and wilt. And Tottenham done the same. It was 0-0 at half time and just smashed them for 4 in the second half. So it could be a different game against Villa. He could set up defensively and try and nick it in the second half. They have been poor in the second half performances in the last 3 games, Villa. Whether we take any notice of that with boys, I don't know. I just think you can get at Villa in the second half of a game. They do fade.
Yeah.
And that John McGinn got sent off. Ridiculous challenge at the weekend. Absolutely ridiculous.
No, he's unavailable.
And he's been a big player for them. So there is hope.
He's going to be unavailable, isn't he? So,
Yeah. I think it was a straight red as well, Gator. I mean, he's a pre-match ban, I think, for it. He was an absolute assault of a tackle. So, there's hope. But if West Ham can keep in the game like Tottenham did, 0-0 at half-time, and then Tottenham turned it on in the second, went at them, and they just wilted, mate. Stuck 4 passing. So there's hope there, man. Luton were very unlucky. Got it back to 2-2, and Villa scored. Digne scored a header for them, and I think even Luton hit the bar right at the end. Almost made it 3-3. That's Luton against Villa. So that's why I don't believe Villa will get top 4, because they concede too many goals in the second half.
Beatable. They are beatable.
They're beatable, but we've got to ride the storm, which he's definitely going defensive against Villa. Because you just got to keep old, what's his name, Watson up there quiet, Watkins, and keep him quiet in the first half, because he shines in the first half of the game. So we'll see.
Yeah.
If we concede a couple in the first half, we're going to struggle, obviously.
Alan says, hope you're right, Kieran. And the lineup will tell us if JWP or Phillips are on the field.
Yeah.
And we know he's going to set up. Paqueta in the 10 with Bowen, Kudos.
Yeah.
Till the end.
It's not it's just a bad sign if he starts with Prowse. I don't think Phillips is going to be in the equation, but it's a bad sign. Start with the extra attacker, mate. Start as you mean to go on through the game, and that's win it. You've got to show intentions.
Yeah. And that should be the case with every game, really. It shouldn't just be for the big ones who step up to it. I mean, like, when we played, what's the name at the weekend? We did Burnley, but we just, it just like seemed like we didn't give a shit in the first half.
Nice.
I almost
the worst stuff I've ever seen.
Yeah, I almost turned it off. I was disappointed, so disappointed with it.
But like I said, like usual says there, that like Watkins is been class this year. He's finishing everything, man. He really has.
If he don't get an England shout up, there's definitely something wrong. Because he should.
I know, usual. It's a fucking cracker, wasn't it? It weren't even subtle, mate. It was just bang. Kicked the shit out of this geezer right across the fucking thigh.
Yeah, Lynn says she fears that we'll lose against Villa. Moyes ball, we will.
It will be Moyes ball in. Without a doubt, it will be. It will be. If he gets more, if he succeeds with that till half time, and then gets a little bit more adventurous the second half, I can understand it. I just don't know if he will.
Yeah, look, Helen says we beat Macclesfield 8-0 under Moyes.
Did we? I don't even remember that.
Macclesfield.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I don't know.
That sounds like a bloody game from your thing. Macclesfield.
Yeah, we couldn't beat Bristol City.
Yeah. I know, terrible, isn't it? Right. Pellegrini, that was under Pellegrini, apparently. And Diangana scored. Right, guys, girls in the chat, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to start wrapping it up. Please remember to click the like button if you haven't already, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. Hit the notification bell for updates on all the content that's coming out, and there's daily content on this channel. Anton and Russ put a lot of work into it. So
Yeah, I wouldn't take much notice of what they say, though, Budge. Wouldn't take much notice.
I've seen the effort they put in, mate. Don't worry about that. I've seen it all. Yeah, so please just thank you for joining us, and please, hit that like button. The more likes we get, the more often we get invited back. Just clarifying that we have scored more than 5 under Moyes. Oh, right, okay.
If it was Moyes.
Yeah. If it was, yeah.
Either way, we ain't scoring 5 tomorrow, but I'm happy with 3.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we will see you. We will see you all next week. Oh, hang on, where's the